After 3 decades and about 1 million different ports, the Apple II classic Choplifter has finally gotten a sequel. And holy crap, was it worth the wait. Get to the chopper, Undertoads! It's Choplifter HD. Released earlier this month to the PlayStation Network, Choplifter HD is, again, the somewhat belated follow-up to the 1981 original Choplifter. Trying to resurrect these ancient franchises with modern sequels is no easy task, as so many failed attempts have proven, but In Exile Entertainment is right on target in Choplifter HD. Like the original, Choplifter HD is a side-scrolling game of aerial combat and rescue. Flying a helicopter into dangerous war zones, your objective is generally to extract the survivors and get the hell out of there. Of course, since you're under heavy enemy fire, your mounted machine gun might also come in handy. Not to mention your freaking missiles.
You're dead. There they are, the news crew. Real sorry about that.
Each level has locations where prisoners are being held captive, so you fly to these encampments, you land the chopper, pick up your friends, and fly back to the base. Your goal is to save everyone as quickly as possible, but that's easier said than done. The enemy's trying to shoot you down, but you also have to consider your helicopter's weight limit. That means you'll have to make multiple trips to get everyone back, and that means you'll have to prioritize. So Choplifter HD is kind of like a puzzle game in a sense. Given your vehicle and the landscape, you have to figure out the best way to complete your mission. Of course, pulling that off is an exhilarating experience in vintage side-scrolling action. Snipers shoot at you from rooftops, missiles buzz your propellers, all the while your fuel is running low, and one of your passengers is injured and living on a timer. There's a lot of multitasking in Choplifter HD, and the game puts as much as it can possibly stack on your plate. It gets surprisingly intense, and it's really hard to put down.
Watch it, RPG!
But considering how simple the game is, you might expect it to get repetitive, but it never really happens in Choplifter HD. As the missions progress, they continually add some new wrinkle to the gameplay. And just when you think you've figured it out, you get some ridiculous new enemy or ambush. The game always forces you to react, and so the gameplay never gets boring or stale. The fun of the action is complemented well by the game's sense of humor. Your pilots like to comment on enemy kills, offering some deadpan observance after you've blown someone apart. Also, suffice to say, you won't just be shooting at soldiers in Choplifter HD, so the game never takes itself too seriously, and that makes it even better.
Bye-bye to that guy.
Choplifter HD is a retro throwback with a lot of character. It has all the dressings of a modern game, with lots of choppers and DLC packs, one of which is free, but it also resurrects that race for the high score intensity that was the cornerstone of the arcade golden age. This game is just a blast to play, and even though it took 30 years to return to the skies, Choplifter shows no signs of rust in Choplifter HD.
Thanks again, soldier! Maybe your next story should be like on a bake sale.